Welcome back to News Geelong. We head to the St Albans Football and Netball Club, talking to Senior Football Captain Ben Evans, Senior Netball Captain Olivia Mitchell and Club President Michael Cobb.
In the game when it was fourth playing fifth, St Albans, the Super Saints, have prevailed over St Mary's in the A-grade netball, and Olivia Mitchell has been nominated as best on court playing in defence. Congratulations, Olivia, a very tight and important game for St Albans.
Yeah, it was good watching the girls put all out there. I was just so proud that we won. We haven't beaten St Mary's in so many years as well, so it was a good win. I was proud of my girls.
And under the conditions, it was a very tight game. Yeah. And the defence of St Albans was very super strong. Yourself and Sarah playing at goalkeeper?
Yeah, Sarah's great to play with. I haven't played with Sarah in about a year now, so she's not usually our other defender, but it was good working with her, and yeah, we worked really well together as a team.
And you ran well through the centre, and particularly in that second half when it was very, very tight, you played very well as a team, particularly across the centre with your wing defence, your centre and your wing attack working well.
Yeah, we just ran through our structures. We practice all the time, so I was just happy that everyone knew the movement and the spatial awareness. So we try and read off each other often, and that's how we get the ball through the court. Just try and drive it and break their defence open. So yeah, it was pretty good. And
a very important win for you today, because it now gives you a game break over St Mary's as we go further into the season, and you move up to fourth position on the ladder.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm so lost right now. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Yeah, fourth is really good too. Hopefully we have a chance at making finals. Hopefully we just keep winning all the games. I'm not sure how many we have left, but yeah, fourth is really good for us, considering we were fifth.
And reflecting on the season so far, you some of the teams, who would you regard as the top two teams that you've played against so far this season?
Probably Newtown, definitely Newtown, and probably Leopold. Yeah, Newtown and Leopold, definitely.
But on their day, Super Saints are definitely ready to pounce and take winning points from them if necessary.
Yeah, we just need to keep pushing it and improving on our structures, on our game plans, and I reckon we do have a good chance at beating Newtown, especially as well as Leopold. It's just that we have to keep persisting and put all four quarters together instead of just two or three, and bits and pieces as well.
Yeah, big day for us, Graham. We try to put on a bit of a show for local community clubs. Paint a good picture for us. We had the Ted Whitten Day. We reckon we have a real old-time rivalry with St Mary's. We obviously have our rivalry round against Leopold, but our real rivalry is St Mary's, and it was great to get them on board to have this day today and put on such a function that's worked out really well for a great cause. So, yeah.
E.J. Whitten Foundation, and we had the honour of Ted Whitten Jr. and the guest speaker was the one and only Peter Hudson, and he spoke magnificently.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm one of his biggest fans, mate. When I was a kid, I loved Hutto, and to have him to come down to be part of our function was fantastic. And obviously Ted Whitten Jr. is a fantastic, what he does for football and for his organisation is, beyond reproach. So, fantastic to have those sort of people around our club.
You talk about the community, and certainly the community at St Albans has been very strong behind you, and one of the significant factors this particular season is the extension of your club rooms here at St Albans Recreation Reserve.
Yeah, that's right, Graham. It's our first full year in it. We got into it in round 2 or round 3 last year, so we're really starting to work it out now and use it to our best advantage. And we have a few functions, and as you say, we are a community club. It's all about community here. We have a whole range of people involved with our club, and footy's like that. And we want to, in having a day like this, it's about going outside, having a few beers and playing a game of footy. It's about getting the community involved, and for a great cause like the Whitten Foundation, it's fantastic to be able to work with those sort of situations. So,
and looking at the football performance, you've attracted Raph Clark to your side this year. How and I understand Raph is playing a very important part as far as your junior development, which is a significant underlying future vision of the club.
Yeah, it's enormous around the St Albans. We're coming from a long, long way back at the minute, and part of that is not only Raph, but we've got some great other recruits that we've picked up. And what our recruiting basis was this year is we wanted good people and good role models for our kids. And Raph, along with a few other blokes, has been fantastic. And they get to footy training on a Monday night or on a Wednesday night with the juniors. They come out of their own time. They'll go through a few nights with that. And he's got a big night coming up in a couple of weeks' time with the juniors, a pie night and a bit of a talk about, he's been through a bit of a rough time when he, in Darwin, he was a great footballer and he struggled to get recognised and things like that. And he tells a great story of how, you put your head to the grindstone, things will start working your way. And, don't give up and all that sort of stuff. And that's what we want to portray to our kids, that, nothing comes easy, and work hard, and all of a sudden things will go your way. And he's been fantastic in that, and absolute fantastic bloke. I don't reckon I've met a better one in footy. So,
and looking ahead at St Albans Football Club, the 10th of August is a special day.
Yeah, we got Past Players Day. It's a second Past Players Day, and we were sort of angling it that on that day that Linton Zavali would play his 400th game. It's a bit close at the moment. We're not sure how it's going to work, but we know that Kane McFarlane definitely plays his 200th game for the club, and he's been away for a couple of years, and obviously the McFarlane name is synonymous with our club, so we'll make it into a really good day there. So.
And of course, with stalwarts like, and I've got to mention Ronnie Osborne, who has been associated with this club since 1949, and still lightsome and still here every Saturday watching his beloved St Albans.
Yeah, no, he's a fantastic bloke, Ronnie. He's not a critic. He's just there all the time. He asks the questions. He just lives down the road, so he's here at every training session. Wanders past, shakes everyone's hand, and he is a legend around here. I think he's a 7-time best and fairest winner. He's coached. He's done everything in it, and just a fantastic fella to have around.
You don't really look as bad as what you are.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty disappointing year so far. Just we all know we can play. We all know we've pushed South Barwon and Bell Park, and we know we can do it. It's all in our head. So it's been pretty disappointing, but at least we're on the up.
Well, you turned that around today without any question with that really good team effort, and there was a lot of confidence. You could tell from just watching across the ground. There was a lot of confidence between the players.
Yeah, we've in the last 2 weeks, we've upped the training a bit. We've been making compulsory training every night of the week, so I think a lot of the boys are finally starting to. They've got the fitness base, but they're finally starting to build on it, which is it's given them confidence to run out the game. So.
And you playing up back in defence, you were brilliant. I mean, if you couldn't mark the ball, you punched it, and you punched like the good old true-fashion defender could. And it was then your crumbing players that were able to take advantage of that. They were reading you well.
Yeah, our midfield was amazing today. Just the way they pushed back, help us out, and then their spread, their offensive spread coming out of the back line was the best they've done all year. So that was. And
thankfully the weather held off. But probably the only question mark could say is the inaccuracy in front of goal.
Yeah, that's a pretty big issue for us. But we're working on that every night of the week. The forwards do goal kicking 5 nights a week, so that's a matter of time.
Your coach was saying that you've started to believe in yourselves, and you know now how to win games, and your big challenges are to knock off the big boys, South Barwon, Bell Park and the likes. And the way you play confidently today, they're there.
Yeah, well, everyone in the league, everyone around Geelong knows that we've been the easy beats for years, and our group didn't believe we could win, and that's finally just started to turn around. That we can actually match it with the best. We can beat the best. So it's just a work in progress. It's all it is.
And a continued work in progress. And next up against Grovedale, a real up-and-comers this season. That will be a very exciting match between Grovedale and St Albans.
Yeah, that's one we need to get back. We should have won that last game. We actually lost it. I don't believe they won it. We kind of handed the game to them. So that's one we've really got to get back. One that we were really embarrassed about.
And Benny, what's your week on the training track this week? Even though you've got a bye next week, the coach says training as normal, which is Tuesday, Thursday and boot camp on Wednesday night. But looking at your shoulder, how is it?
Should be right. I'll worry about that tomorrow.
Thanks for that, guys. Very special thanks to all those at the St Albans Football Club that helped us with those interviews. As we go to a break, don't forget you can catch those interviews and more on our YouTube channel.